Hi beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. Rohini here. Brought out the fancy camera. I'm wearing a mic. I know my audio is often bad in my videos. I thought I'd do a sit down Q&A. Haven't done one in a while. Get cozy, grab a snack, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions. So many good questions. Thank you all for sending them in. Have you had any feelings towards your body postpartum? I definitely have had all sorts of feelings towards my body postpartum. I will say that overall this postpartum period, in terms of like loving my body and just coming from a compassionate place towards my body, has felt pretty easeful. Like I had a lot more grace for myself this time, I think, and I just was so and am so grateful to have Jasper that I really don't care very much about, like, my focus is not on my body, my focus is on the gratitude for my baby, which I think is a perspective that I have because I lost Alina. It's like everything else pales in comparison for me. And I will say I'm very pleased with how I look and feel 6 months postpartum now. And I was talking to my friend about it. It's just been very natural. And I'm so just like in awe of my body because he was huge. He was 9.5 pounds. And I got very large. I gained, I started off pregnancy at 134 and at the end of it I was 178. So I gained, you know, a good amount of weight. He's a big chunky boy. And just going, like, having your body shift that much is a really big deal. But just like our lifestyle and the way that we eat, and just my health that I feel like I've built up over time has just it's transitioned my body really easily. Like, I feel very comfortable and confident in my skin right now and just feel really good and like proud of my body. Jasper being 24 pounds definitely helps because I am holding him all the time and I'm working out all the time. Like, he's always strapped to me. I'm always squatting and walking all around the property doing farm chores and lifting him, and I feel like my arms are very jacked and just feel pretty strong overall. So that's been a blessing, and I just think it's much easier the second time. So if this is your first time, just give yourself so much grace. Like, do not put a clock on yourself. Around that like 3-month mark, I feel like I started getting a little itchy of like, oh, I should be looking better. I should be feeling this way. But I just could remind myself, like, no, you know, it'll get easier. It'll get even easier. And it just does. Your body, as long as you're taking care of your body, and you're moving, you're eating well, your body will heal. It's meant to do it. And just, loading up on yourself as much as possible. Someone asked, how are you feeling? Ugh, been following you since like 2020. That's a long time. Thanks for tuning in. I am feeling really good these days. If you read my Substack at all, you've heard me talk about it, but I just am in such a wonderful place spiritually, and I feel so present with like the season that we're in. I feel so blessed to have Jasper. Like, it is incredible. I cry about it pretty much every day. I could cry right now, but just having, like, since I know what it's like to love your baby with all your heart, love Alina girl and lose her, like, I am so present with the blessing and the miracle that is Jasper. And that just fills me up with so much joy every day. And I feel really good. I feel very connected to my life. I'm very present in my life and just happy. Like, there's this joy that's come back to me recently that I haven't felt since before my mom died, honestly. Like, I haven't felt this level of just kind of freedom and joy since before my mom died. And yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I'm just so grateful. But yeah, it's been a really tough, last 4 years are insane. I was writing out my whole story up until this point the other day, and it's just nuts. I honestly cannot believe that I've everything that I've been through in the last 4 years and everything I've experienced. So yeah, it feels like a good, new, fresh season of life and like enjoyment and purpose and connection and just like, oh, exhale. Someone asked they said, curious if you ever miss living in Seattle. Did you ever consider buying land in Washington? We did consider buying land in Washington originally, years ago when we lived there. Ooh, thunder. Oh gosh. We did consider buying land in Washington and like Mount Vernon, Snohomish areas we liked, but it was just way too expensive. We wanted land. We wanted at least like 30 acres, and it was just way too expensive. And then we also weren't in love. Like, we didn't love Washington. We really didn't like the gray. We wanted a different vibe, different culture, different weather, and we just fell in love with the South. So to answer your question, I don't miss living in Seattle at all. I absolutely love it here. We both do. The only things I miss about that are obviously that our family and friends are there. And I miss the food. I really miss the good food. There's not so much cuisine where we are, which has forced me to learn to cook much better. So I'm grateful for that, because I'm a much, much better cook than I was. But it's so fun when we do go back to visit Washington. We just go on like a food smorgasbord, whatever. Do you have plans for baby number 2? How many kids do you want in total? I really would love to conceive again, probably in like a year from now, a year to year and a half, when Jasper is a year and a half or 2. Feels good to me, because I did get pregnant 3 months postpartum, and I feel like my hormones and my minerals and everything like just needs a break. It needs some time to like replenish itself, although I do feel healthy overall, very healthy. But yeah, I just want like a second to feel strong and like limber and nimble in my body, and not be pregnant just for a little while. But I want a big family. I would love to have 3 more kids. So of course, Alina, my girl, my first baby, and then Jasper, and then 3 more. So we will have, hopefully, God willing, we'll have 4 kids, but actually 5. So 5 births, 5 pregnancies, that would be beautiful. And I mean, if my body's fine, like, I would keep having more. I love Jasper. I love babies. I love mamahood. I love big families. Yeah. And of course, and our lifestyle too, like, is really conducive to a big family. This video is sponsored by Natural Cycles, which is the method of birth control I've been using since giving birth to Jasper 6 months ago. I am really enjoying being Jasper's mama. It is my full-time focus, and I really do not feel ready mentally or physically to get pregnant right now at this point. For now, I am turning to Natural Cycles. It is a completely hormone-free birth control option. Hormonal birth control is not for me. This is a wonderful way to just naturally track the cycles of my body and the phases that I'm in within my cycle, and the app gives me predictions on when I will be fertile, when I need to make sure I'm using protection, and also when I'm ovulating, when I might get my period, all of these things. It's really handy. It's very easy. Really couldn't be easier. I just wake up in the morning and check my temperature, and then my temperature automatically syncs with the app in the phone, and it logs it, and then I put in some data like if I slept good or not, if I have any, symptoms like cramps or mood swings or tired or acne. It also logs, you can log like your sex drive and if you had unprotected sex or not. It's just a really nice place to store all of that data, because my mind is going everywhere and I just don't have the capacity to track that all myself. So the app does it for me, which is wonderful. I highly, highly recommend Natural Cycles to any woman, whether you are trying to conceive, trying not to conceive, you are thinking about getting pregnant soon, or maybe you're postpartum like me. It's just a wonderful tool to have to help you feel more confident in your fertility journey, your fertility awareness. You can use my code Rohini at naturalcycles.com to get 15% off the annual subscription, and they will also send you a free Bluetooth thermometer, which is very handy. So if you want to check it out, try it out, see what you think. A lot of things I have changed my mind on. I feel like overall I'm much more I just hold things, it's like so interesting how to articulate this. I think before Alina, I had a lot of preconceived ideas about how it should be. And then losing her, of course, blew all of that up. And so now I know that there's really no way it should be. There's just the best that I can do while I'm, in my heart in the moment. And none of it's in my control ultimately. So in terms of like the bigger picture. So I have kind of chilled out a bit, I think in some ways. Like we don't cloth diaper Jasper, which we did with Alina. And I think I tried with Jasper and it just did not work. It did not feel good. It was just like he was filling up the diapers and like I'd have to change them every 30 minutes. He seemed really uncomfortable. They bothered him a lot more. He was getting rashes. He was sitting in this like cold, wet pee all the time because he just drank so much. It just wasn't working at all. And so I just let that go, like I had this pressure to do a certain thing, be a certain way, preconceived notion of how it should be. And we use the Coterie diapers, which I love. They're super clean. They're compostable. They're expensive, but they're great. And it just works. It just works well. And like, I don't know. I don't even use the changing table ever to change them. I just change them on the bed. Like, I'm just more go with the flow with everything, I think. And I'm also much more, it's easier for me to sacrifice like my own desires, I guess. That sounds kind of weird, but like I think with Alina, it's my first time being a mom, and I was like, it's just hard. It's hard to like let that go and just be fully 100% like there for your kid, like their needs come first. And it's hard to like calm your mind, especially postpartum. But I think this time I'm just like so grateful for Jasper that I don't mind. I'm not complaining when I, need to bounce him up and down aggressively for 35 minutes to get him to sleep, or when I'm woken up in the night, or when whatever, you name it. I'm not like, my mind is much more calm because I'm just so grateful. Yeah, which is not, an easy thing to get to, but that's been like forged by experience. But overall, my, main beliefs, like we want to homeschool. We're going to homeschool. We're very like hands-off in terms of the American medical system. Like I trust my naturopath. I trust my midwives, and I trust my own sense of inner wisdom as a mother. I don't trust the establishment at all. So that hasn't changed. My grace towards myself probably has changed. That's a good way to put it. Can you speak on mothering while grieving? I lost my twin son and I feel overwhelmed. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I cannot imagine what that feels like every day, just to have your twin there and then one gone. I'm so sorry. So hard. I mean, I think overwhelmed is like, that's a pretty understandable and common state mothering anyway, but also mothering while grieving, it's like even more intense. I would say something that I've noticed is whenever I get kind of angry, like angry, ragey, that overwhelm that just like kind of consumes you, like you're a hot tea kettle on the stove about to boil over, and you're like, you're getting to that point. I've noticed that it often is grief under the surface. Like the anger for me is usually always grief. So if I like go into why I'm actually feeling angry, it's pretty much always because I don't feel supported in that moment. And it's, for me, it's always because I wish my mom was there. Like that's like the underlayer. And once I can just get to that point of like, oh, I really miss my mom and I wish she was here to like help me be a mother, then I can just cry and like the floodgates open and I feel love and I feel understanding. And the anger kind of dissipates and the overwhelm dissipates. But usually for me, there's always something under that. So like my invitation is just to, yeah, explore deeper whatever comes up for you and like really give yourself the space to cry if you need to, which of course is hard when you're full-time mama. But the babies know, like you're I don't know if your son or daughter is who's with you now, but they know, you know, they understand exactly what is going on. Jasper totally knows that I miss Alina, for sure he knows, and they're connected in their own way. So just like crying if you need to, and yeah, if you can have space to just be alone for a little moment and process and be angry and whatever it is, that's really helpful. But just writing, having a counselor, anything that will prompt you to speak about it is really important. Speaking about grief and your loss is, in my experience, like the only way to process it and heal it. Even if you're just speaking out loud to a tree or something, but just speaking, it's very healing. But yeah, sending you love. What are the goals, visions for the future of the farm? I've talked about this a bit on my channel already, so I won't go too much into it, but oh my gosh, Sage is drilling into the side of the house. Classic. We're launching our cabins this week. Actually, we're launching the ranch brand this week, and the cabins will be ready to book in October if anyone wants to come. Officially October 1st, that's our date. And we're starting with these 2 cabins. They're like luxury wellness stay cabins. And then from there, we want to build a like prayer space, worship space, healing space to host retreats and events and things. That's gonna be the next building. And then also a bunkhouse for people to come stay, and like a dining lodge. And then probably some more cabins eventually. But I mean, the vision with this ranch is to be a healing space for many people. And yeah, that's just like very clear on my heart. That's why we're here. That's why we were given this land, is to invite other people here. It's a very special place, this land. And I know like being here has helped me heal, and I want to offer that to others. So that's the grand vision. And of course we have our cows, we have our chickens, we have ducks. We want to get horses eventually, and would love to have a garden here eventually that like we live off of and also can feed everyone who comes here. And we're not going to do it all ourselves. Like I can't manage all of that. So we definitely will be bringing on people to help as it grows. And yeah, I just am so excited. So much beauty to come. All things that you cut off or added in before conception, and how many months of prep? This is a great question, and I honestly would like to talk about just my experience of like what can be helpful for conception, because I know it's such a struggle for so many women, and that literally breaks my heart thinking about all the women around the world who want a baby so badly and haven't been able to conceive yet, or to give birth yet. It's just like heartbreaking to me. It's honestly a lot of work, I think, these days. Or shouldn't say a lot of work. There's a lot of intention that is required to be healthy in America today. So all else I could say about that. But my advice is to get as close to nature as possible in everything that you're consuming. So, you know, whenever you can, just go local whenever you can. I know it's more expensive. So finding things that have been unadulterated, unchanged, unmessed with, like cooking all your own food. That's like number one, I think. Great way to prep for conception is, I guess if I should just chill out, break this down. Filter your water. ideally get a under the sink reverse osmosis filter or buy spring water. There's lots of different companies that do like water deliveries. Yeah, your water needs to be clean, like 100% needs to be clean for you and your husband. That's like super important. You'll be shocked. You can look up all the chemicals that are in city water. It's horrific, and it's completely allowed. And the birth control is not filtered out of city water. It gets flushed out by all the women taking hormonal birth control, gets flushed out in their urine. It's not filtered out of the filtration system. This is all proven. And then it's just in the water, and it's not like no one's tracking it. So that sucks for us as a society. But you have all the power to change that and make different decisions. So anyway, filter water, not just like a one that you put in the fridge. It has to be a real hefty filter that filters out a lot of chemicals. So reverse osmosis, in my awareness, is one of the best ones. There's like the Kangen water machines. Those are super cool. Those are expensive. And then, yeah, buying spring water. That's the first thing I would do. Taking out all fragrances and all toxic chemicals from your house, changing everything top to bottom, getting rid of your laundry detergents, perfume, beauty products, makeup, cleaning products, yeah, everything. Anything that you come in contact with in terms of products, making sure it's clean. And there's lots of great brands now that are super clean. Especially perfumes, candles, those are big hormone disruptors and can really mess you up. Food, taking out all processed food, cooking from home, cooking from scratch, just getting into the art of cooking and nourishing yourself. Removing all seed oils. That's a huge thing, where seed oils cause so much stress and inflammation in the body. Removing all PUFAs, polyunsaturated fats. Doing a parasite cleanse is a great thing too, also before conception, because once you're pregnant, once you're breastfeeding, you can't really do it. There's so many things, but like once you get yourself kind of like cleansed out and on a good track, it's very easy. Like it sounds so overwhelming at first, but once you're in it and you're like used to the new routine and your body's kind of cleansed, it becomes very easy. It becomes second nature. Like I don't even think about any of this. It's just like a given. For me personally, to actually answer your question, I think I had a solid year of being very healthy and health conscious, drilling into the house, before I conceived Alina. And that was really helpful. Just eating lots of protein, making sure my hormones and like blood sugar is always balanced, never letting myself get hungry. That's like the worst thing you can do for your body as a woman, is let yourself get hungry. Always having some type of nutritious snack every couple hours, waking up and eating within 30 minutes of waking. Noelle, my friend Noelle Cover on Instagram, has amazing tips for all this. She's a huge resource. That was a lot. Oh my gosh, I could do a whole video on that. Out of all the Christy Dawn dresses you have, which style is your favorite? Ooh. Oh gosh, they're all so good. This one I'm wearing right now is the Bryn dress, which is really sweet and special. Like it feels just very like kind of fancy and makes me feel like a princess. And it's just beautiful, very flattering, very easy to nurse in. So the Bryn is one of my favorites. And then I just got the, I think it's the Emma, the like strapless, cute, lacy top. They just launched a black version that I have, and that's my favorite because it's a little more like modest at the top. But I love the straps because it's summer, it's so hot here. Very flattering. Honestly, they're all beautiful. I love them all. The Dawn is great for every day. It's just kind of too hot right now. I feel like to have a really nice, like just dress where you feel like really beautiful, the Bryn is like definitely one of my favorites. What's one of your building regrets? Sage and I were just saying this, that if we were to go back and do it, we would just build our dream house and not do this house, which is so funny. We love it. It's totally fine. Like it's not an active regret or anything, but we ended up, was expensive. Like in our minds when we started it, we were like, oh, oops, we'll just do this and it'll be like a temporary thing, and you know, we won't spend as much on it, but it ended up being very expensive anyway. So like now we kind of wish we would have just done the house to begin with. So that's something to consider. Like, if you're gonna do a barn dominium, then go like cheaper, you know, like just do a barn dominium that will like get you by for a few years. But we made, which is partially, you know, my own doing, like I like nice things, and we made this really nice. But also it's not like very functional long-term at all. It's pretty small and like not a lot of storage, and yeah, so I think just, yeah, considering the long-term vision. Sage definitely regrets doing the Dutch doors for the cabins the way that we did them, because we found someone on Facebook Marketplace to make them, and it was extremely, like, so much cheaper than ordering Dutch doors online. But by the time it was all said and done, we had to hire like an expert to build a frame, and like they were kind of weird, so we had to fix it, and then we had to paint them and add all the hardware, and by the time it was all done, it would have been the same cost of just ordering the nice ones online. So I feel like that's something we keep running into, is like, just buy the nice thing once instead of trying to get around and skirt all these corners buying like not the main thing. Usually it breaks, or it doesn't fit, or it doesn't work, or like it takes all this extra work you didn't anticipate, and then you just end up buying the main thing you wanted new anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna end this out. I think that was a lot of talking. The main question that I got asked was, where am I at spiritually, and what is my faith and religion and practices? And I'm going to do a whole video on that soon, because it deserves a whole video. So beautiful. Yeah, gonna do a whole video. So I hear you. I hear all of you asking. I know you can sense a difference. And I can't wait to talk about it, but not in this video because it'll be too long. So thank you all for listening to me yap. Yeah, just spending time together, and I hope you all are doing really well. Sending a lot of love. I really, truly am so excited to have our cabins here and hopefully meet some of you. Be so amazing. Dreams coming true in real time. So stay tuned for that. Launching the brand and Instagram this week. And yeah, just sending a lot of love. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Natural Cycles for sponsoring this video. Go check out the link down below, and make sure to use my code to get your discount on the subscription and the free thermometer. Bye. Thanks for watching.